Hi everyone, so in the last video we talked about what the head tag did, what the body tag did. We opened up our web page here in the browser, double clicked it, and here it is, voila. And so this video will be about common tags that you'll be running into in this class for the most part. So HTML tags, we've already seen HTML head, title, body. Those ones are boring. Those ones, all HTML documents need them, and it's very useful to have them because the document needs them. But they don't do anything for us in terms of actual visual content. And so this is the only one that has done something for us, and that is a heading tag, H1 heading tag. And so H1 is the topmost heading tag, and you can go all the way down to H2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So each of these, and by the way, this little thing I'm doing, highlighting, I do Command D or Control D so that I can hover over both and change both. So there are 6 heading tags. H1 is the biggest, H6 is the smallest. And if you're kind of curious, what might be these be used for? H1 might be the title of a web page, and then H2 might be section headings, and H3 might be subsection headings, and then if you need more than that, you can go even lower. So H1 will be the biggest, H6 will be the smallest, and just to kind of show you that, subtitle, this is an H3. We'll just kind of paste that downwards. 4, 5, 6. Refresh the page, Command R, Control R, and you can see this one's the biggest, obviously, and then it gets smaller, 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 smaller. So almost every web page you make will have an H1. It's very doubtful many of your web pages will have H6s unless you have a lot of content that's very divided. So these are heading tags. One important thing I should show you is if you want to kind of make a comment in your code, which is what I'm about to make. So a comment in your code basically is code that your browser won't read and display. So these tags below are headings. This isn't a comment. So if I save this and refreshed, it would show up on the page. To make it a comment, I can do Command // and if you're looking for // it's the question mark key. So Command / or Control / for Windows computer, and it will turn whatever you highlight into a comment. And so a comment in HTML is bracket !, but that's a pain to type. Use the keyboard shortcut. You can use it to comment out code, very useful. And if you're highlighting a comment and you press the keys again, you can uncomment code. So now if I save this, that won't show up anymore. So these tags are heading tags. And so another useful tag, paragraph tag. And so we can type some text into this. This is some text, and it will display as a paragraph. And so you can have multiple paragraphs, and you typically will. This is some more text, and then let's put a bunch of text in here. So I'm gonna do a little shortcut and type lorem, and that will give you something that VS Code has built into it to give you a whole chunk of text. And here are my 3 paragraphs. They'll give you a little spacing. They'll be on new lines. They're nice. So paragraph tags. Next tag, pretty neat tag. You won't use it a ton in this class, but it's one that you use basically probably every day on the internet, is an anchor tag. And so anchor tags can be by themselves, or they can most likely, you'll see them inside of text. So I'm going to take a piece of text and say I'm gonna wrap this text here in an anchor tag. So an anchor tag is an A tag, so A, close the A. Let's bring that closing A to the other side of the text. And this will turn this text into a link. I'm missing one piece, so it doesn't change anything yet just because it's wrapped up in an A tag. What makes it a link is I will add a attribute, and we'll talk a little more about attributes in the next video, but attributes go inside of opening tags. Oops. So I have an href attribute equal to, and I can do https://bestbuy.com, just as a crazy example. If I refresh, you'll notice this turns blue, and if I click it, it will go to bestbuy.com. And that's how every link on the internet works, is with an anchor tag, an A tag. And so key to that is this href attribute equals the link. Notice that the text inside has nothing to do with it. This can be anything, and the href will still take me to the same place. So that is an anchor tag. So let's make some comments. Paragraph tags. One has an anchor tag, and I'll put this file in the module so you can look at it. Other common types of tags. Image tags. So image tags, these are pretty neat. Is, as you might imagine, how you can make images appear. So image tags are like anchor tags in that they don't work without attributes. But one more thing about image tags is they do not have a closing tag like that. This is one of the self-closing tags. So you don't have a closing tag for the image tag. And how image tags work is with a source attribute, and you will you'll give it a link or a local image, and if I pull up a picture of myself, if I just go like Twitter, twitter.com, and just pull up my Twitter profile. I can right click, copy image address, put it in the source, and refresh the page. Voila, there is a picture of me. And so you can either do a absolute path like this somewhere on the internet, so you can copy and right click and grab the image address, or you can use files on your local machine. Both will work. You would just have to give it a file path, like say unpaused, so I could pull a picture of like me and my kids, and how that would work is you would just give a path to that picture. And so since this file is in the same folder as this picture, and let me rename that to something more friendly. So you can right click, rename picture. You can just do something like picture.jpg in the source, and that will pull up this giant picture of me and my kids. So that's how so those are some common tags, p tags, h1s, image tags. One last tag I'll show you. This will cover almost everything we need, but a couple more tags. This one you probably won't need too much, but this is called a div tag, and it's mostly useful for grouping content together. So now we have this div tag, which is the parent of all these tags, similar to how the body tag is the parent of every visual tag. And then UL tags are for lists. So if I make a little heading that says things I like, I can make a list, UL li, and dark humor. So you can use a UL tag with li tags inside of it to make like a bulleted list. Let me get rid of that picture because that's too big. So things I like nothing. Or you can use an OL if you want your list to have numbers. So 1. So UL stands for unordered list, OL stands for ordered list, LI stands for list item. So let me put that image back. Put that just so you can see the tag when I send that to you all. So those are the most common tags we'll see. Anything outside of that, there's a ton of other tags. You definitely don't need to memorize them all, but this will get you basically all the way in this class. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.